Have you been limited by your speech? Have you been choosing careers or not choosing careers because of the speaking responsibility? Have you been steering away from social engagements because you knew that you'd have to introduce yourself? Have you been not going to the drive-thru or not getting coffee because you know that they're going to ask you for your name? Have there been other areas, situations, and opportunities that you've been missing out on and moving away from because of your speech? Have there been jobs that you've wanted to apply for and didn't because you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through the interview. Or if I make it through the interview, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the job because I'm going to have to speak. If this has been the case, and if you've been limited by your speech, then I want you to listen to me for the next several minutes. My name is Michael Williams, and I know exactly what it's like to feel limited by your speech. Starting from the time I was in maybe about the second grade or first grade, I can remember going to speech therapy because I couldn't say what I wanted to say in class. There were times where I knew the answer, I would raise my hand, and that I couldn't get anything out. And it just felt like there was this big, heavy weight that I was carrying around with me for my entire life, up until the time I was in my late 20s. So I know what it's like to feel limited. There was one time that was particularly embarrassing where I was in the military and I was standing in front of my platoon and I couldn't get the command out. And I had to call up my platoon sergeant to give the command. That was probably one of the most embarrassing times. There were times when I'd be on the phone and I literally had to hang up because I couldn't get anything out. There's times when I would be speaking and I'd clamp down on my tongue so hard that it would start to bleed because I was trying to force those words out. Times in class, again, growing up in college, when I knew the answer, didn't say anything. Jobs that I didn't take because I'm going to have to speak. So I know what it's like to be limited by your speech. But here's the good news. I also know what it's like to be free and to know that you can say whatever you want to say and you can do whatever you want to do because your speech is now your greatest asset. So I've been where you are right now, and I've gone forward, I've broken free, and I know how to get you from where you are now to where you want to be. That is, I've gone on the journey before you, and not only have I gone on the journey myself, but I've also brought other people along with me. So I know what it's like, I know where you are, and I know how to get you from where you are to a place where you are free to say what you want to say without fearing stuttering. And not only that, where you can actually become an excellent speaker and a superior presenter. So if that's something that you're interested in, then continue watching this video. Now, I'm going to prove to you in this video, I'm going to prove to you that you can break free from limiting speech. I'm going to prove this to you in this video. So you ready? All right, here we go. Stuttering is a disfluent way of speaking. Stuttering is a disfluent way of speaking. That's one definition, right? It's a disfluent way of speaking. Anticipating that you're going to stutter, that is saying, okay, getting ready to go to Starbucks. I'm not going to go to Starbucks because I have to give my... So anticipating that you're going to get stuck is a pattern of thinking, right? It is also a belief. So sometimes you don't have to think it consciously. You just sense, you just know, okay, I'm going to get stuck. I'm not going to be able to say this. It's a pattern of thinking and it's a belief. So anticipating, fearing that you're going to stutter is a pattern of thinking and it's a belief. Number two. Number three. Speech and speaking well is a learnable skill, right? There are schools out there to help people speak well, to learn how to present well. You can learn multiple languages. You can learn multiple languages. You can learn to speak well. It's a learnable skill. Number three. Number four. Speech, along with thinking, are patterns of thinking and behavior, right? So speaking, the way we speak and the way that we think are patterns, they're patterns of thinking and behavior. And patterns are habits, something that we repeat over and over so that it becomes automatic, are habits. Number 4. So let's review now. Stuttering is a disfluent way of speaking. Anticipating that you're going to stutter is a pattern of thinking, it's a belief. Speaking well is a learnable skill, and both our thoughts and the way that we speak are both patterns of thinking and patterns of behavior. Now here's the good news for you. Ways, that is a disfluent way of speaking, so disfluent stuttering is a disfluent way, ways can be changed. Ways can be replaced with new ways. So you're not stuck doing something a certain way forever. Thinking patterns can also be changed or replaced with new ones. You're not stuck forever anticipating and thinking that you're going to stutter. Speaking well is a skill, and skills can be learned. If you can learn, then you can learn to speak well, right? And so thinking a certain way and speaking a certain way can all be changed. It can all be replaced with new and better ways. And all you have to do is look at your own life to prove it to yourself. Many of you watching this speak multiple languages. How did you do? You learned that. Many of you have many different skills that you know how to type, you know how to drive, you know how to speak, right? Those are all things that you've learned. You've created different habits in your life, things that you've learned. So the proof is in your own experience. You've already proven to yourself that you can learn new skills, you can create new thinking patterns, right? You can change your behavior. You can do this. So if you can do that, then guess what? You can create a smoother, more calmer, more confident way of speaking. Not only have I done it myself, but I've helped other people do it. I've seen people who were severe, they could barely talk, and begin to win Toastmasters events. One lady that I worked with a couple of years ago has gotten at least 3 promotions. She won Toastmasters events. She is working on her PhD. She may be finished. Another lady that I work with, within several months, got a $10,000 raise. A guy that I'm working with now, within a few weeks, got a job because he couldn't pass his interviews initially. He was a severe stutterer, got a job making $34,000 more on top of his current salary just in the last month. Another lady that I was working with just got a promotion, right? She didn't think that she would be able to even get a promotion, and she just got a promotion as a result of the work that we've done. And I could go on and on, but I'm not. So you might say, well, sure, anybody can make that up, and anybody can videotape people immediately after they've worked with them and show that they speak smooth. Well, so some of these are people that I've worked with, and this is months and years later, and their speech is continuing to improve. Here's the thing. I don't want you to listen to me. I don't even want you to trust me. I want you to trust yourself. So what I want to encourage you to do is to go ahead and try one of my programs for yourself, for free. And there's a little link beneath this video called 7 Steps to Quickly Achieve Smooth, Calm, Confident Speech, right? And I want you to try that for yourself for the next 7 days and see if it does not work for you. Now, why is this important? Because if it works for you, then you know that this is possible. You know that you can break free from limiting speech. So you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe the testimonials. Believe yourself. When someone tells you that you got to pay first, you got to pay the money first, and then I'll give you the system, you should be probably skeptical, right? I don't want people to pay me first. I want you to try it first. Make sure that it's going to work for you. I already know it's going to work, but you need to know that it's going to work. And when you know, that the Pro90D speech system absolutely will work for you, then you're going to do everything within your power to continue to make it work for you, right? You're going to be more confident that this process will work for you. So I want to invite you to do a couple of things. Take the free course if you already haven't. And if you have and you're ready to move forward, then continue to check out the information on this page and then schedule a time to talk with me so that you and I can talk about how we can move forward and help you break free from limiting speech so that you can say what you want to say when you want to say it, so that you can have improved career possibilities, better social opportunities and experiences, better relationships, better finances, better health. It's less stressful because you're not walking around stressed out about, am I going to be able to say this? Am I going to be able to introduce myself? Well, I'm going to have to stay away from that. I'm going to have to leave the room. I can't answer the phone. I can't get, because you're afraid that you're not going to be able to speak. If you're living like that, let me just be quite honest with you, quite frank with you. You don't have to. If you're living like that, it's because you want to. I know you're probably like, well, who wants to live like that? I'm telling you that because I have a solution for you, and the solution really works. And we've already taken care of this idea of trust. Well, how do I trust? Try it for yourself, right? If you try it for yourself and you see that it works, then you don't have to trust me. You just have to trust the process. If you're living like that, you don't have to, right? You can be free. You can do the things that you want to do. You just have to be willing to work hard and be a little patient with yourself. Now, if you're looking for something that's quick, something that's overnight, something that's going to take 3 days or 4 days or 12 days, or you're looking for a device, this is not the program for you, right? Stop the video now and go take advantage of one of those. What I can tell you is that many of my clients have come to me after having purchased devices that stopped working, gone to 3-day programs where they've paid several $1,000s, and they ended up within a short period of time right back where they started. People that have gone to 4-day and 5-day weekend programs, people that have gone to 12-day programs, and end up right back where they started. Even those clients that didn't get where I wanted them to get don't end up back where they started. They end up far further than what they were when we started. Many of my clients do far more than what I expected. But even those that don't end up back where they started. Why? Because this has been well researched. This is based on neuroscience, neuroplasticity, habit development, learning theory. You can go research, and every aspect of this program is absolutely rock solid. It works, and it works for everyone, okay? So, if you believe that, great. Continue to read, schedule an appointment to talk with me, and let's move forward. If you don't believe that, then try it for yourself, and then come back and schedule an appointment so we can get together and so that we can work towards helping you become the person that you're called to become. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I hope that I've demonstrated to you that, in fact, you can break free and start saying the things that you want to say and becoming the person that you're called to become. Again, my name is Michael Williams, and I do look forward to working with you, and I'll see you soon.